Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on Newsx. Our big focus this hour. Pakistan is staring at its most serious internal security crisis in decades as Balochistan erupts in a wave of coordinated attacks. This is being described as the biggest Baloch assault in years, both in scale and symbolism. What makes this attack unlike previous ones is the nature of participation. Men and women, including Fedayeen fighters, have taken part in simultaneous strikes against security installations and strategic routes. The Baloch Liberation Group say that this is part of Operation Hero Phase 2. A campaign that is clearly haunting the Pakistani state. Multiple locations have been targeted with claims of temporary control over key territories and highways. Pakistan's security establishment is on the edge as the insurgency shows a new level of organization and intent. In response, the Pak army has killed 177 Baloch rebels, which is the highest death toll in decades. The authorities say normalcy largely has returned to the province today. The train services, though, between Balochistan and the rest of the country remain suspended for a third consecutive day. Now, as Balochistan's rebellion boils over, all eyes are on the Pakistan army, how they are going to tackle this. Joining us live, Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev, former diplomat. We also have Major General Gigi Dwivedi, strategic affairs expert, live with us. Amar Mushti Khan, Baloch senior journalist, is live with us. Also, Sumit Peer, political commentator, is joining us on the broadcast as well. Ambassador Sachdev, let me begin with you first. What do you make of this latest wave of attacks, and is this the biggest that you've seen in a while?
From both accounts, we get a diametrically opposite picture, but converging on single point that this is a major escalation. The numbers and the period, the extended period of hostilities does indicate that it is something more serious so far. And the way these attacks have been recurring over the past 1 year seems also to indicate that periodicity has converged. The attacks are taking place shorter after shorter interval all over again. And the international or the regional context is quite remarkable. These attacks take place when President Trump, the Armada, is threatening Iran, and Iran and Balochistan have 900 kilometers long border. Now, Pakistan has been hobnobbing with Mr. Trump, with Asim Munir being described by President Trump publicly as his most favorite field marshal. It is not inconceivable that Pakistan might be a party to whatever is being planned by Mr. Trump against Iran. And these BLA attacks may have something to do with Iran not being adverse to BLA acting preemptively against Pakistan. Again, Afghanistan situation and its relations with Pakistan is also quite tense and has been that way for many months. So that also comes into the picture. And Pakistan has often alleged that Afghanistan and India are supporting the BLA. MEA has denied Pakistan's attempts to blame India for this kind of upsurge in fighting in Balochistan. But then the fact remains that BLA is fairly proactive these days, and we also have the context of gold and rare earths being offered to United States by Field Marshal Munir.
Yes.
For exploitation. Adding it to Gwadar, where Chinese are supposed to be laying down a port and an airport, and that is where much of the action has taken place, apart from Quetta. Thank you.
Let me quickly, in fact, take that to you as well, Major General Dwivedi, on on what really the strategy now of the Pak army is going to be. Of course, their atrocities have continued on the Balochi people, but they seem to have also been caught a bit off guard with this wave. It's been called Operation Hera of Part 2. The BLA is serious this time about their assaults and intentions, and has been well planned as well and strategized. How is the Pak army going to be handling this? Of course, they are claiming that situation is normalized and everything is calm and fine, but how will they handle this now? Because this isn't something like they've seen before.
Well, the point is that Balochistan issue is both political and, of course, military. Political means that since 1948, the Baloch people have not accepted the forceful accession of their homeland with Pakistan, and therefore this issue has been simmering over a period of time. Secondly, the regional dynamics, that of course BLA is getting support from the neighborhood, possibly Iran and Afghanistan, and the atrocities of Pakistan army has increased over a period of time and leaving them no option but to fight back. Now the issue is, what is the Pakistan army strategy? You see, Pakistan is run by the army and armed forces. Their first option is to use force, and Pakistan army have been using overwhelming force against the minorities, be it the Baloch or even KPK or even in the POK. They have been following the policy of steamrolling. In fact, they have been using their own air force. F-16 have been used in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and they are using heavy weapons against these minorities who have definitely a very serious political issue. And 2-3 facts I want to clarify. Firstly, Balochistan is 44% of Pakistan territory. It is about 8% of the population, about 30 million, but they are the poorest, despite the fact that they have all the resources, minerals, everything. And more than that is exploitation by Chinese now, BRI. That is one of the areas where they are being exploited. So the Pakistan army has basically, their strategy is to use overwhelming force. And secondly, Pakistan national policy is to use proxies, to use the terrorists like LAT and Jaish. So they will also be using them against these freedom fighters like BLA or TPP. The point is that two things have been proved here. Firstly, Pakistan army strategy of using overwhelming force has not actually delivered, because the kind of operation that BLA has carried out in last 48 hours, they have attacked almost a dozen of the military installation and caused very heavy casualties. And the second point is, Pakistan army by itself is not able to fight them on, and therefore they will be using some kind of proxies or other terrorist organization to stem the BLA and other groups of that kind. So my point is that Pakistan army is definitely on a tender hook. Their force, the strategy of using overwhelming force has not fructified, and politically also the situation is very fluid, and therefore it is out of control as far as Pakistan army or the so-called political dispensation is concerned. Uday.
Yes. Let me, get you in then, Amar Mustikan Baloch, on, of course, what you're hearing, Amar, from on ground in Balochistan. What are the reports that you are getting? Of course, you are in Washington, D.C. right now, but what are the reports, the authentic reports you are getting on the scale of the attacks, what their impact really has been? Why is this really called Hera of Part 2? Does that have a significance as well for this operation of the BLA?
Thank you so much. Namaskar. Balochistan people have always aspired for their national liberation and a sovereign state. When the British left India divided, we wanted to be a separate nation at that time. But as you know, Mr. Jinnah and Lord Mountbatten, they forcibly annexed Balochistan at the point of gun. And the officer in charge of that operation to take over Balochistan, Major General Akbar Khan. He was the mastermind of Pakistan's proxy wars against India and also against, I think, Afghanistan and everywhere else later on. So that's how our people have been struggling. This is not the first time. This is the most significant development in almost 78 years that the women have picked up arms. These very pretty, like butterflies, these beautiful Baloch girls who are shedding their blood for their homeland. They are writing a new chapter in the freedom struggle of Balochistan. My salutes to Asifa Mangal and my salutes to Hawa Baloch. Hawa, as you know, her father was also killed as he was a freedom fighter from Gwadar. He was killed November 8, 2021. His name was Nabi Baksh. Hawa Baloch herself was an intellectual, a writer, and such people coming and picking up arms speaks volumes. And the thing we have reached this point, and this is not just 2 or 3, my reports say there are at least 10,000 Baloch females associated with the Majid Brigade, and at least 70,000 young people who are associated with the different freedom fighting organizations. So Pakistan cannot hold us back. No matter they go and talk to Xi Jinping, they can go and flatter Trump the way they flattered Trump, this Shehbaz Sharif. It was a shameful thing for any state in the world to shower such kind of praise on a US president who is extremely third rate. This president that is in America right now is one of the most unpopular at this point. And the leadership of Pakistan, General Asim Munir, is doing cryptocurrency business with him. And that is the main reason. Please don't read too much into Trump's policies. His main thing is he wants to make fast bucks. And his family is already richer by $1.5 billion since the time he took office. And he's doing business with Pakistan. On January 14, one of his business associates, Steve Witkoff, who is Middle East NY, is actually Trump's business associate. They have stakes together in the World Liberty Financial. And Steve Witkoff's son, Zach Witkoff, is now a frequent visitor to Pakistan. And on January 14th, he had signed a new agreement with one of his new companies. And can you believe it? It was so shameful that the entire leadership of Pakistan, including Asim Munir, and they have, you see, Asim means the guard or the chowkidar, and they have 2 Asims. One is the Asim Munir, who is the army chief, and the other one is the ISI chief, Asim Malik. He was also there, and of course Shehbaz Sharif was there, and shameful. And they think by using American goodwill or American, you see, they are going to crush our movement. They are dreaming. They are living in a fool's paradise. I am now 66 years old. When I was 14, I had dreamt about a free Balochistan. And this dream is the dream of, you see, people underestimate our numbers. We are Baloch, of course, are about 80% something in Balochistan itself, but also in Sindh and also in southern Punjab. We are a huge number. We are at least 60 million people. If you include Balochistan, Sindh, southern Punjab, the Baloch in Afghanistan, the Baloch in Iran, and of course there's a huge chunk of Baloch people in the Persian Gulf or the Arabian Gulf, whatever you call that. So we are big numbers, and It's not possible for this artificial state of Pakistan, which is a failed British project, to hold us down with American arms or with Chinese arms.
Yes.
They have used these arms ruthlessly against our people. No, which state uses aircraft? Which state uses these tanks against their own citizen? So they don't think we are their citizen, and we don't think we are their citizens. We will gain independence. I
Okay.
have to say, I have to say one thing here,
Yes.
that I feel that the state of India and the government of India is not fulfilling its role as the world's largest democracy.
Okay. Okay.
They have let us down.
Okay, I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you in just a second. Let me quickly get in Sumit Peer in at this point as well to just analyze, what this operation really means for this secessionist movement there, and how big a setback this is for the Pak army. The BLA, of course, calling this Operation Hera of Part 2. They've said it's a mega success. Obviously, this has really been planned through. Women Fidains leading the attack as well. What was the strategy in that? Sumit, did it take the Pak army completely unawares? And how big really is this a setback for them? Where does this issue go next, according to you?
Uday, thank you very much for having me on your show, and a beautiful question. The first thing what we must contemplate and decide and really deliberate is Pakistan still holding Balochistan? To my answer, vary by thin threads. It's almost gone. They have to kiss goodbye to Balochistan because today Baloch fighters and Baloch brothers have shown who controls Balochistan. Is it the Pakistan army? Is it the Pakistan police, or is it the BLA, BRS, BLF, or all these women and all the people who have come and shown Pakistan that for last 48 hours we are holding the country, and with all your might, with all your power, you cannot do nothing. And what Pakistan is talking to you, they are all talking all the lies. Because the Baloch BLA says that we have killed 80 Pakistani personnel, I have taken 13 hostage. And if I go by Mohammed Kakkar, who is the health minister of Balochistan, he says that my hospitals are filled with patients. Obviously, they are Pakistani police or Pakistani army. Nobody takes a Baloch fighter to hospital. That's the reality of life. Balochis say we have only lost 7 of our men. And if you look at the lies of Pakistani army and all, first they said, 27 people got killed, 10 officers, 17 civilians. Then they said, we killed 67, 37 in the gunfight, Baloch fighters, 30 we went after them and gunned down. Then they said we killed 108. Then we said we killed 114, 24. Now today they're saying 147. Now I'm hearing 200 plus. Now this Bukti, who is the chief minister of Balochistan, says, it is basically Baloch and Taliban put together, supported by main Taliban, they did it. And according to Mufti, he says, in my 150 dead bodies, which there is no picture, there is no evidence, I have even Afghan nationals with me. When the death toll started claiming, India had done it. It was the RoB who was behind it. Raki Sajish, they started saying this. The problem here is, Uday, we have clearly denied it, we have nothing to do with it. And the problem here is that I think Pakistani army has lost more than 150 men. They are trying to hide behind this malicious and false propaganda, because I've been tracking Baloch BLA guys. They've been releasing video after video, image after image, telling what they have done, what they have kind of achieved. Look at these brave Baloch women who have done what they had to do. And in Islam, if you get killed by a woman, you will never go to Jannat. You have to go to Jahannam. That is for sure. This was the idea which Israelis used to have. Israelis had this female commandos. The last bullet was fired by a female commando to these jihadis of Hamas and Hezbollah. So after that, I think Baloch has also got this idea. Now today, and if you look at it, the Yazdis had even a women brigade, and the ISIS was scared of them. ISIS fighters used to run the moment they saw a female commando. Exactly this is what Baloch have done. And all these people, they have shown them the power of Balochistan. Attacking 12 districts at one go, attacking a high security jail, taking out 30 prisoners from that, going and blocking railway tracks, attacking police stations, looting banks, doing everything what, of course, they need money, because which was taken out from them. Now, doing these coordinated attacks in Pakistan with all the might, with all the support of Xi Jinping and all, they cannot go and liberate the territory because rails are cut, roads are too dangerous to go in. Last time they tried to land a helicopter in Banukan, that was brought down. You lost a major and army and 17 of your Jawans. That is the plight of Mullah Munir and his army. He's scared. He's timid. They're not talking about it. Even I am surprised when this fake ISPR and is propagandist, they go silent. They're not talking about it. What they're saying, oh, India ne karaya, oh, Afghanistan ne karaya. Only they're saying that. But they're not talking what kind of a colossal failure it is. And let me tell you, sir, it was just 10 days back, Ishaq Dar was in China. He was going and begging for CPEC Part 2. China told him, how do you ensure our safety in Balochistan? Ishaq Dar said, sir, I am giving you my word. Nobody can touch you in Balochistan. And after 10 or 15 days, Baloch people have taken the Balochistan from you. Forget everything else. You cannot even protect your army and your police. What the hell will do with Chinese? I'm telling you, Pakistani army is scared of Majid Brigade. And Majid Brigade has one unit, Uday, which is exclusively hunts and tracks and eliminates Chinese. Chinese will not dare to enter there. What about the American dream of getting those rare earths there? What about the American MOUs of finding oil there? Now, Baloch people have shown you who is controlling the territory. Ishaq Dar might go and say anything. Mullah Munir might go and say anything. They may have all the support of all Trump, Xi Jinping, everyone together. But on the ground, if let me quote, this Mullah Munir. What did he say? Oh, these Baloch are few fighters. I have, mere paas 5 lakh ki fauj hai. Now, with that kind of army, if you cannot control the territory for 48 hours, if you are hiding your casualties, if you are hiding your defeat, then what the hell are you good at?
Now, train services are still cut off. Train services are still cut off. Train services are still cut off.
No roads, no trains, Uday. No
Major Dwivedi train services still cut off. This is the situation on ground. What's happening next? How will the Pakistan army handle this?
Well, the point is, Uday, at this time, I think Pakistan army is not able to control the Balochistan Liberation Army because two things have happened. First and foremost, they underestimated the strength and capability of the Balochistan Liberation Army. And the second is they have overestimated their own capability to tackle the Baloch fighters. So therefore, I think today, if you really take a very pragmatic look, I think Pakistan army is back to the wall.
Okay.
And they will not be able to control this situation until they also employ other proxies, like as I said, Lashkar-e-Taiba or Jaish-e-Mohammed or other elements. And secondly, I think Chinese had made it very clear. In fact, Chinese admonished the leadership of Pakistan that if you can't give us security, then we are going to pull out of the whole BRI initiative.
So they're also going to be watching this. They're also going to be watching this very, very carefully is what you're clearly saying. My thanks to our guests for joining us. We've run totally out of time. My thanks to everyone for being with us as well, our viewers. We're slipping into a very short break.